tonight with a live pinpoint Doppler 12 weather alert as southern New England digs out from the latest snowfall of this relentless winter. Bone-chilling temperatures are on the way, and they're expected to create dangerously slick streets. That's in part because a nationwide salt shortage forced the Rhode Island DOT to use less salt to treat local roads. And now they're warning drivers to expect difficult driving conditions and urging everyone to take extra precautions behind the wheel. Now, we're keeping a close eye on the highways tonight. This is a live look at the Thurbers Avenue curve in Providence from our RIDOT Jam Cam. And here's what things look like right now at the Sakonnet River Bridge. So far, so good, but serious safety concerns will linger all night long. Eyewitness News reporter Shantae Lands is standing by with more on the local impact of the salt shortage. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Pete Mangione in the live pinpoint Doppler 12 forecast center. Pete.
Hey, Kelly. Well, slick roads certainly a concern overnight because temperatures will be well below freezing. Obviously, no melting going on this evening. We'll talk temperatures coming up in just a minute. Right now, looking at live pinpoint Doppler 12 now, the bark is worse than the bite. What I mean is that this is not heavy snow moving in right now. I have seen some reports, primarily from western Connecticut, of some snow flurries. Really nothing that steady, but we'll be watching for a few passing flurries as this batch pushes across southern New England. The air is very dry, so not all of the blue that you're actually seeing is reaching the ground as snow, but there may be some snow showers mixed in here, but not really expecting accumulation from this. I'm checking the URI camera just for any signs of flakes in Kingston. They're not really seeing any, just some snow there on the ground as that blanket of snow will stay with us. Temperature in Providence right now is 28. The winds are out of the west at 12 miles an hour, so the feel-like temperature is down to 18. And as actual temperatures dive into the teens and single digits overnight, wind chills could get fairly close to zero, so a very cold night on the way. I'll have more details in your 7-day futurecast. We'll talk some snow potential for Tuesday. That's all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Pete, thanks. We've been hearing about a potential salt shortage for several weeks now. Tonight, the Rhode Island DOT and Emergency Management Agency admit that this latest storm has really put a strain on the local salt supply, raising concerns about the safety on Rhode Island roads. Our pinpoint weather team coverage continues now live from EMA headquarters in Cranston with Eyewitness News reporter Shantae Lands.
Kelly, 3 storms in the past 7 days. REMA officials say that was enough to nearly completely deplete their salt supply. This is the new norm across Rhode Island. Salt and plow trucks rule the roads to keep drivers safe. But a sudden holdup may be on the way if the state's depleting salt supply is not refilled soon.
So we had an issue, as you know, nationally. There was a salt shortage, and with this storm, it depleted a lot of our supplies.
We asked Armand Randolph with REMA exactly how much salt is left.
I don't know the details, like how much tonnage we have left, but I know it's very low. Can we go through another storm statewide? I think we'll be okay. But if we get, 2 more storms, we have to look at, okay, what other alternatives do we have?
Randolph says REMA is now doing 3 things. Working with local salt supply companies in the state, coordinating with the Department of Transportation to see what other treatments can be used in conjunction with the remaining salt, and increasing the use of sand. Earlier this month, DOT officials told Eyewitness News that the state's depleting salt supply would last through the past 3 storms.
We try to prepare as much as possible. We get an increase in storms, so now we look at make sure we have enough resources.
In the meantime, Randolph encourages the public to remain watchful and careful.
Just keep an eye when it snows so you can shovel as much as possible. Just stay off the sidewalks and walk, and off the streets as much as possible. And just be cautious of your surroundings.
Now, there's no exact date on the next salt shipment, but REMA officials say they expect it to arrive by the end of this week. Reporting live with the West Bay Mobile Newsroom, Shantae Lands, Eyewitness News.
While Rhode Island certainly received its fair share of snow, it was southeastern Massachusetts getting the brunt of this latest storm's fury. Nearly a foot of snow fell here in New Bedford and surrounding communities, keeping plow drivers and shovelers busy yet again. Our pinpoint weather team coverage continues from New Bedford now with Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pliner.
The cleanup now underway, but this salt and sand and this DPW shed here in New Bedford was key in keeping motorists safe during the storm and from here on out. Aggressive overnight plowing keeping surfaces clear in southeastern Massachusetts.
It accumulated pretty quickly, but we had a lot of guys out, so we kept up with it.
Over in Fall River, the snowblowers were running before the sun came up. New Englanders digging out from just the latest in a long line of storms. Residents on steep Belmont Street didn't waste any time pulling out the shovels. Again,
Oh, it's getting tiresome already. This street, this area is ridiculous because it's a wind tunnel and everything just comes up here.
And patience is running thin.
This is probably one of the worst heaters I've seen in a long time.
Are you ready for it to end?
Yes.
Could you use some warm weather?
Yeah, 70 all the time.
It's evident there is no rest for the weary this winter, and with a possibility of snow later this week, the season is just prolonged. With the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom, Jared Pleiner, Eyewitness News.